100 here, 2v2 Golgotha Depths blue side. Skill not included plays an Inquisitor, offensive commander, fights melee by default, can get ranged weapons, lots of stuns, snares and crowd control. Kaldoot alongside is a Warboss, fights melee, can walk through cover, good offense, support and disruption from the front line. And onebao on the red team is a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, fights melee, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, good offense and disruption. Rounding out red team we have Arthel as a Techmarine, starts off range combat, does some nice damage, has good utility as well, can build structures and repair. Has some tactical marines on the field in the north, forcing off the Inquisitor, but she's already capped this power and has put a node on it, has double guardsmen into Sentinel. Tier 1 vehicle that can decap points but cannot cap them, has a ground pound, great early disruption. Techmarine standing out of cover here. Inquisitor should go and tie up those tactical marines, I think. Here we see Kraker bolts used on the Sentinel. The Sentinel has heavy armor, so the Kraker bolts will give them that 20% damage buff versus it. Should be repairing the Sentinel now. Guardsmen needing to retreat, no sign of a sergeant yet on either squad. Meanwhile, onebao has some Chaos Space Marines forced all the way back into base by the Warboss, who gets too close from Kaldoot, who has double shooters, light ranged infantry, can scale very well with their big shooters and knob leaders, and they can purchase both of those upgrades in tier 1. So they can be a pretty dangerous tier 1 unit if you invest in them. 486, 487. Now Arthel left alone to shoot up this node. Onebao has lost his heretics, going for the combi flame, a good choice versus Orks and Imperial Guard, I think. Kaldoot getting some looters out. Shooter boy is not capping mid. Took out a scout. These scouts now taking cover on this sledge so they can take some pot shots and see what's going on mid. North being noded again. Here comes the Inquisitor with her sword and plasma pistol, going to tie up those tactical marines. No, she's going to go tie up the Techmarine, trying to take him out there. Going to use Hammer of the Witches, trying to finish him off, but he gets out of range. Hammer of the Witches doesn't have the long range that it used to have, mainly because it was a bit overpowered at shutting down setup teams and the like. Warboss chasing off Chaos Space Marines. Onebao has double Chaos Space Marines, needs to act quickly. I would have replaced my heretics. He might choose to go for Raptors or Havocs. Can't go through tier 1 with just double CSM though. 445, 487 forces off some Orks there and has retained this south power. Has 2 generators on it. Not easy to defend your power on this map. Your natural is quite easy to defend, but your secondary power has to come from one of these central points. Scouts for Arthel with the sniper rifle. Don't often see snipers for Space Marines anyway used singly, usually 2 or 3 at a time. Inquisitor needs to be careful and retreats. Tactical Marines not bothering to force melee on it. Chaos Lord has got in amongst the looters. Sluggers are there, double shooters still there, no upgrade to these guys yet. Chaos Lord getting low, needs to be very careful, needs to get a kill of the week off here. Should use it now, there it is, nicely done. Still needs to retreat though. Sluggers chasing him, here come Chaos Space Marines with Eternal War. Waited a bit too long to retreat and is going to get caught by the Warboss. Bang, down he goes. 408, 487. And now, no, he's not stealing the power, Kaldoot. He wants to destroy this power, it looks like. Scouts are here menacingly, taking shots with their sniper rifle. Will take out a shooter boy or slugger with each shot, but they are shooting at the looters. Warboss using his angry bits, now I'm angry, allows him to charge through, creating these cover craters. Will give you light cover, also boosting his health regeneration. There's a grenade from the scouts, they have their sergeant. Losing another model though to the Warboss with the sync kill. 387, 487. Sentinel comes mid, gonna try and decap the central victory point. Has the ground pound upgrade, buffing its health by 100, gives it the ground pound ability as well. 377, 487 Catachan Devils on the field for skill not included. Here are Assault Marines. Needs to get those Catachans into melee with them. It looks like that's what skill is trying to do. Yes. And they back off. Catachan Devils are pretty damn good in melee in tier 1 anyway, with their power weapons. You can also counter melee units with their shotgun blast. Might see the all reliable on these tactical marines, maybe a smoke grenade, but we see neither. He's just going to go and melee them. Here come assault marines though. Inquisitor has her Rosarius. Don't see this very often. Bit of a mundane accessory for her, I think, since she has her mandate. Tactical marines close to losing a model. Catachans bleeding a lot though. Need to retreat here. There's their shotgun blast and they use it to get out of there with 2 models remaining. Now the Inquisitor trying to get a model off those tacks, but they get away with all 3 at around 260 hit points. 377, 474, 2-1 cap for Blue and Kaldoot, who had a torrid time it seems while I was watching. The Imperial Guard has lost looters and sluggers. That was bad indeed. And the Warboss has gone down. Goes tier 2 anyway. Excellent recovery from onebao, and he got some havocs to facilitate that. Set up team that suppressed with a heavy bolter by default. You can give them a different weapon in tier 2 tied to their marks. Nothing wrong with sticking with a heavy bolter though. Assault Marines for Arthel causing some havoc there amongst the Imperial Guard, as you saw. Jump troop that disrupt, fight melee with bolt pistols and chainswords. Again Kaldoot choosing to destroy this power instead of try and steal it, and has a weird boy on the field. Now, here he is, Ork sub-commander, has some support abilities, can also deal with blobs of infantry with his default artillery attack and his foot of Ork. Down goes those gens. Good map control for red team. Techmarine coming south for Arthel. Scouts now have their elite training, which allows them to infiltrate. I think it increases their health regen or something when they're out of combat. I'm not too sure about that. Here comes skill not included with his entire army. No, he's going to split. Sentinel will harass these tactical marines perhaps. Try and get a stomp on them. They are going to take down this node, I think, before it gets here though. Catachans guardsmen do have their sergeants. We might see plasma guns on these guys to put some pressure on Arthel's heavy infantry. Tactical marines trying to decap this node, getting shots off on the sentinel, but here is the rest of the Imperial Guard units, and there's the stomp, take down a tactical marine. Arthel not paying attention here, loses 2 of them, but does retreat in time. So the all reliable go off. Bit of a waste, I think. Chaos Lord back to his feet and is level 3. Has double Chaos Space Marines with Eternal War. Getting owned by this weird boy. They need to be forcing melee on him, or at least send the Chaos Lord in there. Arthel came to revive him. I don't think he realizes that he's on his feet yet. Cannot knock down the Chaos Lord with that attack, of course, because he has this Chaos Terminator armor. Center we have Guardsman decapping. 275, 452 Chaos Dreadnought on the way for onebao. Arthel yet to get a tier 2 unit on the field. Obvious choice would be to get a plasma cannon since he is floating requisition here. At least get a sergeant for your assault marines. Sentinel for skill has the missile launcher, can get frag missiles and crack missiles, can freely change between them. Makes it quite a nice versatile little unit. Frag missiles aren't as good as they perhaps could be. As you can see, their flight time is very slow, but they did do pretty good AoE damage when they do connect. Quite easy to dodge though. Here come Assault Squad, they need to get Thunder and Lightning, and these guys need to get a missile launcher, but we do have the Techmarine here, and the Techmarine is pretty awesome at dealing with vehicles. Can get orbs and a melter gun, and his metal gun puts out 100 damage per shot now. Artificer armor is up. Assault Marine's taking tons of damage. Here comes the Inquisitor. Now loses squad running right into Orks. What was he up to? I think he was trying to cap mid, didn't realise that the Orks were there. Scouts in retreat, will just about get away. Tactical Marines in retreat, losing 2 models. Very, very bad engagement for Arthel. Will he be able to recover from this? 263, 419, now getting a Dreadnought on the field. His floating requisition should get, I think, some more Tactical Marines. Perhaps a Plasma Cannon. Here is the Chaos Dreadnought for onebao with that default auto cannon that it has. Or a twin linked auto cannon you might call it. Good damage versus all targets, small AoE. Should be shooting at the Sentinel, you would think, to pressure it. Stormtroopers are getting the anti-armor kit and almost wiped there. Wow, just about get away. That gives them melter guns and a melter bomb, makes them a very, very effective anti-vehicle unit. Havoc set up, facing the VP. Now going to make their way somewhere else. 263, 391. Kaldoot goes for a Death Dread. Nice little cheap walker for Orks. Very good versus infantry, not so good versus vehicles, but it will take one down given time. Raptors now on the way for onebao. Good choice, I think, to deal with these double shooters. Here comes the Death Dread, and it's going after that Dreadnought with the Warboss, and he has the Power Claw, and that will make short work of this Dreadnought. onebao needs to move it, and he's not. Now he has. Very, very late to move it. Here comes a multi-melter Dreadnought. Awesome. Don't see these guys around very often. But as you can see, the damage they put out is serious. Don't see them very often because they need to get close to use that multi-melter. See a lot of assault cannon Dreadnoughts because they at such long range, they suppress infantry, and you get the awesome barrage ability. Would be nice to see the multi-melter get an ability as well. 262, 391, tier 3 for Kaldoot, and he has enough red to drop a rocks. Map control relatively even apart from the center of the map here. Though the north has been nicely decapped and blue have this power up. Blue with 6 generators up, that one is not noded though. Multi-melter Dreadnought going after the Chimera now, is he? We have the Inferno pistol up for the Inquisitor though, and Judgment has gone on that Dreadnought. Judgment, I think, now gives a damage debuff while it is up, which is a really nice change, I think. I'm pretty sure that was implemented. I could be making things up here, guys. Here's a melter gun Techmarine. You can go and check the notes, of course, at DoW2elite.com. Inquisitor saving herself with her Rosarius, but does go down. Dreadnought being repaired by the Techmarine. He's still able to get shots off if he's facing the right way, but goes down. Now double tactical marines, sorry, 2 tactical marines rather. Taking lots of damage here, reinforcing off of this drop pod, but need to retreat. Wow. Good engagement for skill, I think. Did lose his commander, but that's no big deal. Forced off the Dreadnought, took down the Techmarine, and bled tactical marines a bit more. 210, 391, these Catachans have their Sarge, which is the melter gun that they've been firing. Here comes the Warboss, and he's angry, charging after the Dreadnought. 203, 391. Raptors are on the field for onebao, and they have their aspiring champion gets an awesome 40 DPS Power Claw, Lightning Claw even, that's 40 DPS of power melee damage. 203, 391, they are now in retreat though. You do need to support your Raptors. Chaos Space Marines also in retreat. No mark for these guys yet. Warboss going after this Dreadnought. Now taking out Marines in retreat. These Havoc's dawdling. onebao's forgotten about him, I think, and this is very dangerous. Now starts moving him again. 203, 389. Bang, lose another model. This guy's only got 19 hit points, but should get into base. There's a Rocks on base. Is onebao going to notice this? I don't think he is. 203, 382, loses the Dreadnought, loses tons of infantry. That is devastating. Raptors go down. Oh my goodness, lost everything apart from double Chaos Space Marines. 203, 374. An awesome nuke from kaldoot. Plasma cannon now on the way for Arthel. Red team really under the cosh. Techmarine has his refractor field, and Artificer should have gone for orbs, I think. The Inquisitor's level 2, Techmarine's level 5. He's done well. Warboss using user choppers on himself, buffing his melee damage here. Going after the Dreadnought. Dreadnought's being repaired though by Guardsmen. Or is that Blessing of the Omnisaur? It might be. That's a global ability of the Techmarine. You saw Judgment go off there from the Inferno Pistol. That was awesome. How is the Warboss doing? He's almost level 4. Has the heavy armor, angry bits, and power claw, so is now very tough and very dangerous in melee combat. 203-338. You have to forego support war gear though to get this very tough and very dangerous Warboss. 2-to-1 cap for blue. You'd think they have this in the bag. Serious losses red team have taken. They are going tier 3 and onebao has a lot of resources. Could drop an Imperial, could get a Land Raider very soon, could get a Great Unclean one if he's patient. Look at the power income red team have. They have this north power now. Inquisitor will decap. This drop pod is still here, you need to destroy it. 203-314 Warboss has leveled to 4, what did he do? He's killing Chaos Space Marines. onebao not paying attention to this squad. But they get away, they are level 3. More stormtroopers on the way for skill. And a battle wagon is going to see the light of day for kaldoot, who's floating a lot of requisition here. Should cap bot and put some gens on it perhaps. And onebao goes for Chaos Terminators. For some very strange reason, calls them in his base. The whole point of being able to call them in is that you don't have to march them out of your base. 203-288. Tactical Marines are level 4. They've lost so many models though. Plasma cannon is here. I'm not sure what Arthel is going to do. He's going to go for a tank perhaps. Chimera's done very well for skill. Level 3. Looks like it has some extra armor left. Extra armor takes the form of energy, which depletes as you take damage, and then you need to repurchase the extra armor again. Weird Boys level 2. Double shooters level 3 now. kaldoot had such a bad end to tier 1, losing his sluggers, looters and Warboss, but has recovered very well. Mainly thanks to that nuke. If we didn't nuke onebao, this would have been much more tense tier 3. Chaos Terminators with their default twin link bolters and power fist so far. 203-254. Arthel just waiting. Blue team should really be going after their natural victory point here. Don't think they realise how little red team have. Arthel busy putting mines all over the VP thanks to his Artificer armor. Looks like onebao is turning and standing ground here. You can see the demoralizing effect the Terminators are having as they kill models. Killed a weak from the Chaos Lord, level 4. Where's he going? There's Let the Galaxy Burn on the Catches and Devils. Ouch. From Arthel Inferno. That was a battle wagon shot. And here it is, super unit for Orks. Trundles around shooting and running over stuff. Sometimes comically floats in the air. Chaos Terminators will probably want to get their auto cannon. They only have 3,750 hit points. I say only, but it's quite low for a Terminator squad. They of course make up for that by the fact that they can be worshipped. But onebao doesn't have any heretics, and now they get run over by a battle wagon. 203-202, a 2-to-1 cap for red. The Inquisitor's in there, she's level 3 now with that Inferno pistol. melter damage. It does very, very well against super heavy infantry armor. Gives you a damage bonus against it. Plasma cannon needs to back off. 203, 190, and now blue team need to push this victory point. Look at the amount of resources Arthel has. Over 1,000 rec, 160 power. Now he goes for a Predator and a Venerable Dreadnought according to his chat. Need some more red though. 203, 173, I think it's 300 red for a Venerable. Skill is going for some Kasrkins, and these guys are awesome. I was on the receiving end of a player having 4 of these on the field, and they melted everything with plasma guns. They put out some crazy damage. 203, 156, big plasma cannon hit on the VP. Don't know what the Techmarine's up to. Really needs orbs to disable this Chimera. Level 3 Chimera putting out some decent damage there, and here is the Predator tank. Is he going to go for a las cannon? Where is he going? Turns around, sort yourself out. Big plasma cannon hit again, but it's guardsmen. I don't really care if they lose models. Reinforce 3 at a time with the Commissar leader. 203, 114. Predator tank being used to push now. Skill doesn't really have any anti-vehicle apart from this Inferno pistol. Does have some Kasrkins. These guys can get melters, though unfortunately their weapon expertise upgrade doesn't affect melters at the moment. The team still deciding what buff to give them. 203, 90. Here come the Chaos Forces, and we see the autocannon on the Terminators. Look at the size of it. Here comes the battle wagon. They're going to run over all of them. onebao is micro letting him down here, just staying blobbed up. Needs to spread out. There's the 2-to-1. Plasma cannon hit. Boom. Kasrkins almost wiped there. And it's Predator doing very well for Arthel. Another plasma cannon hit. Hitting his allied Chaos Lord even. And here is the Venerable Dreadnought. Got the red very quickly, didn't he? Getting rearm hits on the battle wagon. Good grief. Can they finish it off? They can. The Predator gets the last hit. Red team making a big comeback here. Venerable Dreadnought is awesome. 1750 hit points at level 1. A unique walker for the Techmarine. Can charge into melee combat and use it to escape, of course. Now going toe to toe with the Warboss. Not a good fight for the Venerable because this is a level 4 Warboss with heavy armor, so he's very tough. Ordinarily a Warboss wouldn't really be able to tangle with the Venerable unless it was very leveled. Now need some repairs. Chaos Terminators have lost... No, they haven't lost the model. There he is. 203, 48. Red team taking mid. Blue team did not put enough pressure on the VP or this natural power when they had a huge advantage. And this is what happens. I've seen it so many times. Arthel getting another assault squad. Lost his first one back in tier 2. Kaldoot getting some Storm Boys, and Kaldoot is floating in ridiculous amounts of resources. What is he doing? Almost 2,000 requisition, 450 power. Could get 3 knob squads. 184, 48. Chimera hits level 4. Devastators were trying to cap there, I think, or something, when they go down in retreat. Another mistake from Arthel. Inquisitor backing off, gets into the Chimera. Really has used the Chimera well. Skill not included. Has these Kasrkins still. Looks like they have plasma guns. Weapon expertise, reducing the reload time of plasma guns, which obviously increases their DPS. 166, 48. Chaos Terminator is backing off, but did lose a model as they teleported there to this Power Claw. And he must be level 5, yes, there is level 5. These guys demoralized. Weird Boy level 3, they really haven't dealt with this guy, have they? 148, 48, it's a double cap for red. And they're taking center. They're going to have a triple here. Chaos Terminators go down though, that's a huge loss. Wow, onebao really not paying attention. Vanguard veterans on the field for Arthel, and here they are. These guys kick ass, lightning claw, 2 power swords, and that thunder hammer. All of them power weapons. 11348. Venerable has judgment up on it. Still doing some very nice damage though to this weird boy. Weird boy's gonna go down. Yes. Storm boys forced for retreat. I'm not sure what he's up to. Spamming storm boys now. Very, very strange tier 3 from kaldoot. Look at the money resources he has. Still. Skill has over 500 power. Skill not included. Taking his time getting back out on the field. 75-48. 2-to-1 cap. Blue team throwing this away. And kaldoot still getting a trillion storm boys. Now it's not as crazy as it might first seem because the storm boy knob leader does melee heavy damage, and he does a lot of it as well. If you can level up storm boys, they will take down pretty much anything. 47-48. This is absolutely crazy. 4 storm boy squads on the field. What is his pop at now? He has maxed out his pop at 100. You gotta hand it to him, he hasn't just spammed the knobs here. 29-48, it's a double cap. Venerable Dreadnought goes down. There is stoicism even. Warboss goes down. Venerable Dreadnought still kicking ass though with stoicism up. And there's an Imperial, no. What was that? Here's a rocks, that's for sure. What's that? Let the Galaxy burn, it might have been. Level 8 Chaos Lord. Level 9 Techmarine. Level 4 Inquisitor. Level 6 Warboss. Blue team throw it away. kaldoot with a crazy decision to get a load of storm boys at the end here. And there is the victory for red. It's a 2-to-1 cap. Absolutely mental game. Crazy stuff. Lots of mistakes. Lots of very strange decisions. But it was entertaining. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. See you next time.